Thank you, Chair. Comrades and friends, I'm delighted to be here in Galway this evening for our hustings. I'm equally delighted to have brought the fine weather from Cork up to Galway. It really is a pleasure to be here, and I want to assure you that if I become Deputy Leader of this party, I will use the same fight as Deputy Leader as we used in Cork South West to win back our Dáil seat after a 34-year electoral drought. To appreciate victory is to know defeat. And on no less than 2 occasions, I left a count centre in West Cork having been eliminated. And I know what that feels like. But I also know what it feels like to roll up the sleeves and to do the hard graft to fight that defeat and to come back and achieve that objective. The perseverance, the persistence, the hard work, and the steely resolve. That's the type of commitment that I offer the Labour Party if I win this contest. And I promise that I will bring those same qualities to every other constituency in this country. This is about the Irish Labour Party, the Irish Labour movement. I have the energy, the fight and the skills to ensure our primacy at the heart of Irish society. I know what the job requires, and I also know what needs to be done. We have to convince people that our party has the will and the ability to secure our country's future. We have to campaign actively on the issues that are important to us. We have to get out there and start campaigning again in our individual communities. We have to win back the trust and the confidence of our members, and we also have to attract new members. If elected, I will run an ambitious national campaign of recruitment, and I will be a visible and vocal Deputy Leader in the constituencies. I will also take personal responsibility to ensure ministerial visits in every constituency in the country. And I want to give an assurance that if elected, I will absolutely commit that every constituency council in the country between now and next summer will have a visit from a senior Labour public representative to sit down and to discuss with them their views. And I guarantee that those meetings will serve as occasions where we take counsel and advice from our members. Advice from those whose daily lives are shaped by Labour's decisions in government. How could anyone underestimate the value of that advice? I also want to take our fight to our opponents. And I won't take lectures from those who occupy the soft political space of protest politics. Our opponents promise everything, but they can account for nothing. To dissolve away any challenges in a myriad of unworkable solutions. Our opponents who are never less than generous with taxpayers' money, but they will never tell us where they're going to find the money to ensure vital services, to keep businesses going, or to create jobs. We cannot afford to put our country's stability at risk by selling out to those whose only currency is cheap, populist talk and nonsense. The last 3 years have been tough, and we as an organisation know that most. But colleagues, the price has been paid and the payback is now beginning. Despite comments to the contrary, Labour in government are a party of achievement. And I have made my own contribution to that achievement. And I want to share with you this evening 2 examples of that achievement. Last year in Dáil Éireann, I introduced autism legislation, the first disability-specific legislation in the history of our country. And I won cross-party support for that legislation between all parties and none on the floor of Dáil Éireann. As chairman of the Oireachtas Committee on the Environment, I brought together a lot of groups on different sides of the whole climate change issue. And I built consensus, and we produced a report based on that consensus that will see us as a state legislating for climate change. And if I win this contest, I want to assure you that I'll bring those same skills of consensus and teamwork in rebuilding our party. The political obituary writers are at it again. They've been writing about it since the 1930s. But you know, they got it wrong every occasion up until now, and I am confident they'll get it wrong again. Because people recognise the value of a Labour Party. There are significant swathes of people out there who share our values. The last 3 years have not been easy, but we got a lot more right than we ever got wrong. The challenge now for us is to build on the gains we have made and the successes that we have achieved. And much and all as our opponents would like to see us, we're not going to intensify any type of fragmentation or discord. My aim is to revitalise our party and to help reassert our position in the coalition. A lot of questions have been asked quite rightly about organisation, about competency and about accountability and about balance in this coalition government. And I want to help to find answers to those questions. And finally, if I am elected to this position, I want to give you a personal assurance that I will fight with every fibre of my being to win back the trust and confidence of the Irish people. We are slowly emerging from the current economic crisis, colleagues, and I'm staying with our vision of a fair and just society, and I urge you to join me on that journey. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Michael. Allow